The Gulbarg Society massacre took place on 28 February 2002, during the 2002 Gujarat riots, when a Hindu mob attacked the Gulbarg Society, a Muslim neighborhood in Chamanpura, Ahmedabad. Most of the houses were burnt, and at least 35 victims, including a former Congress Member of Parliament Ehsan Jaffrey, were burnt alive, while 31 others went missing after the incident, later presumed dead, bringing the total deaths to 69. The Supreme Court of India had stayed the trial in major Gujarat cases on petitions filed by the National Human Rights Commission and the Citizens for Justice and Peace, who sought a probe by the Central Bureau of Investigation and transfer of the cases outside Gujarat. The SC bench on 26 March 2008 directed the Gujarat government to constitute a special investigation team, headed by R.K. Raghavan, a former head of the Central Bureau of Investigation in the case. It reopened 9 crucial riot cases 7 years after the incident. In February 2009, Urda, the deputy superintendent of police with the Gujarat police at the time, was arrested on charges of dereliction of duty and for tampering of evidence, as some survivors alleged that he not only allowed the killings to happen but also helped rioters to burn the dead bodies. The CIT finally submitted its report on 14 May 2010 to the Apex Court Registry of the Supreme Court, after which Supreme Court asked the CIT to look into the doubts raised by amicus curiae Ramchandran. CIT submitted its entire report, including case papers, witnesses' testimonies and other details, on 15 March 2012. The society, with most of house damaged or burnt, was later abandoned. Of the 18 houses which were burnt, only one has been repaired, though none of the families returned, though some of them congregate each year on the anniversary of the event and offer prayers. 28 February 2002. At 9 a.m. on 28 February 2002, a day after the 2002 Gujarat riots had begun, a mob shouting slogans gathered outside the Gulbarg Society in the Hindu-dominated Chamanpura area of Ahmedabad. The society comprised 29 bungalows and 10 apartment buildings, housing mostly Muslim upper-middle-class business families. Many of residents reacted to the presence of the mob by taking refuge in the home of a former Congress MP, Ehsan Jaffrey. It was claimed that Jaffrey unsuccessfully made repeated attempts to contact the police by telephone. By noon, the mob had turned violent, breached the boundary wall and started to set fire to houses and attack residents. 69 people died during the following 6 hours and at least a further 85 were injured. Among the dead was Ehsan Jaffrey, who was hacked to death and later burnt, while at least another 35 people were either hacked to death or burned alive. Aftermath. The National Human Rights Commission said in June 2002 that it was deeply disturbed by recent press reports stating that the charge sheets filed thus far in respect of the Gulbarg Society and Naroda Patia incidents lack credibility inasmuch as they are reported to depict the victims of violence as the provocateurs. NHRC had previously recommended that cases like Best Bakery case, Gulbarg Society case, the Naroda Patia incident and the Siddharpura case in Mehsana district be handed over to CBI. The Supreme Court, on 26 March 2008, ordered the Narendra Modi government to reinvestigate 10 cases in the 2002 Gujarat riots, including the Godhra train burning and subsequent Godhra riots where 81 people were killed, Gulbarg Society where 68 were killed, Naroda Patia where over 100 were killed, Siddharpur where 34 were killed and Best Bakery case where 14 people were burnt alive. Zakia Jaffrey, wife of Ehsan Jaffrey, who was burnt alive on the day, first made the complaint on 8 June 2006, alleging that the police had not registered the FIRs against Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi and 62 others including several ministers, and alleging a conspiracy to allow the massacre of Muslims. which involved instructing policemen and bureaucrats not to respond to pleas for help from Muslims being attacked during the riots. The complaint included VHP leaders Praveen Togadia and J.D. Patel, DGP of the state PC Panda, for abetting the riots. She then approached the Gujarat High Court with her complaint, which on 3 November 2007, refused to entertain her plea, and instead asked her to present the case before Magistrates' Court. Subsequently, she approached the Supreme Court of India, which on 27 April 2009 appointed a 5-member special investigation team headed by R.K. Raghavan, a former head of the CBI, to investigate into these cases, and asked the SIT to look into her complaint of alleged collusion of the state machinery and the rioters over the 2 days of Gujarat riots. In March 2009, Indian National Congress leader Meg Singh Chowdhury, at the instance of SIT, was arrested for active participation in the Gulbarg Society massacre. It alleged that he was a part of the armed mob, egging them on to kill the Muslims, along with others. Then in March 2010, SIT summoned Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi to give an explanation regarding accusations against him in the murder of Ehsan Jafra, who was burnt alive, along with nearly 70 other people in the Gulbarg Society. He appeared before the SIT on 27 March 2010. Earlier, R.B. Street Kumar, who was Additional DG Intelligence at the time, deposed before a commission that ministers and police were deliberately inactive during the riots, and 2 eyewitnesses, Rupa Modi and Imtiaz Pathan, testified against Modi in the trial court. Imtiaz, who lost 6 members of his family during the massacre, was the one to give the first eyewitness account in the trial, which started in September 2009, after being held up for 7 years. He told the court that when a mob started gathering outside Gulbarg Society on 28 February, MP Jaffrey called Chief Minister Narendra Modi for help. Yet, the police refused to come for help. He identified 20 of the 100 accused, arrested in the case. In all, the eyewitness who appeared before the SIT in December 2009, namely, Imtiaz Pathan, Saeed Khan Pathan, Rupa Modi, Saira Sandhi and Rafiq Pathan, named Joint Commissioner of Police M.K. Tandon and Meghaninagar Police Inspector N.D. Parmar, Manish Patel alias Splendor, Mahendra Pukraj, Jagrup Shine Rajput, Inyo Harijan, Babu Marwadi and Rajesh Jinger, a constable residing in the same area, as accused. In March 2010, the Gulbarg Society case trial was stayed by the Supreme Court after the Special Public Prosecutor R.K. Shah resigned after accusing the trial judge and SIT of being soft on the accused. He alleged that the SIT officers are unsympathetic towards witnesses. They try to browbeat them and don't share evidence with the prosecution as they are supposed to do. Later, activist T-Star Setalvad, in an affidavit filed before the Supreme Court on 24 April 2010, showed the phone record analysis which indicated that Ahmedabad Police Commissioner P.C. Panda had spoken to Joint Commissioner of Police M.K. Tandon 6 times during the period when the latter was present at Gulbarg Society and the mob was growing restive. Though Tandon was accompanied by striking force equipped to disperse a riotous mob, he left Gulbarg Society without taking any corrective action, and his departure led to the massacre. On 14 May 2010, the SIT submitted a report under sealed cover. Prior to this, the SIT had requested additional time to report as it wanted to question VHP International President Praveen Togadia, which it did on the 11th of May 2010. On the 15th of December 2010, Zakir Jaffrey and others victims filed an application with the Supreme Court, requesting it to direct SIT to submit the report before the Ahmedabad court as ordered by the SC, within 30 days. Thereafter, on 8 February 2012, SIT submitted its final report to a Gujarat Magistrates' Court, which after evaluating it would decide whether further investigation is required or not. In its closure report filed in the Zakir Jaffrey case, The Sits admitted that Jaffrey was killed because he provoked a violent mob that had assembled to take revenge of Gulbarg incident from the Muslims. It further submitted that Jaffrey fired at the mob and the provoked mob stormed the society and set it on fire. Sting operation. In October 2007, the AAJ Tech News channel showed footage of a sting operation carried out by Tehelka magazine, wherein 14 BHP or Bajrang Dal activists, including Madan Chawal, a Gulbarg Society massacre accused, and a Bharatiya Janata Party MLA from Godhra, Harsh Bhatia, who was national vice president of Bajrang Dal during the riots, were shown talking about the execution of the killings. The investigative journalist's reports were finally published in the 3rd of November 2007 issue of Tehelka as The Truth. Gujarat 2002 Tehelka report. Allegations against Narendra Modi and clean chit. However, in April 2012, a special investigation team found that Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi had absolutely no role in the killing of Ehsan Jaffrey. Later, a protest petition was filed by his wife Zakir Jaffrey seeking rejection of the said SIT report, and Supreme Court accepted the same, and the case is under process of being heard. SIT has strongly opposed this petition and said that Modi has never said that go and kill people. Later, court through Gujarat High Court stayed the routine transfer of the Metropolitan Magistrate hearing the petition on the information of the amicus curiae, Harish Salve, that the routine transfer due to the end of his term may delay the case. In 2004, in an interview with Hard News, former Chief Justice of India V. N. Kari alleged that massacre could not have taken place without the complicity of Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi. Kari has said that in his opinion Narendra Modi should be criminally prosecuted for genocide and manslaughter for the Gulbarg Society massacre. Reacting to this observation, Modi did not make any statement but said that he could not distinguish between Kari and Kauta. He said that Kari was no longer holding the high office and his statement should be seen in this light. However, in December 2013, Ahmedabad Metropolitan Court rejected the petition filed by Zakir. Zakir filed a criminal revision application against the order in the Gujarat High Court on 15 March 2014. The final hearing on the case started on 4 August 2015 in Gujarat High Court. In April 2014, Supreme Court praised SIT probe into the riot cases, and also declined to reconstitute another SIT for probing Gujarat riots. In popular culture, Rahul Dholekar directed Parzania, starring Nasiruddin Shah and Sarika as the party couple, Rupa and Dara Modi of the Gulbarg Society, whose 10-year-old son Azhar Modi went missing after a mob attack. Subsequently, at the 2006 National Film Awards, the film won 2 awards: the National Film Award for Best Actress for Sarika, as well as award for National Film Award for Best Direction. The film was not released in Gujarat, as the cinema owners refused to screen it fearing backlash.